can see my sharing, right?
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
Jagdish, is it visible to you?
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Okay, sure. So last time we discussed about the simplifications. So as part of the simplifications, we started with the operational procurement. Okay, so in the operational procurement, the operational procurement can be subdivided into 6 divisions, which is operational self-service requisitioning, okay, and requisitional processing, purchase order processing, service procurement, procurement analysis, and purchase order collaborations. So we have seen the self-service requisitioning. The self-service requisitioning, what are all the changes we can see as part of the Fiori? There are no changes from the data model point of view. Like the tables, what we are seeing in the EC, the same tables are getting updated in the Fiori also. So there are no changes. And simplifications, we have a little simplifications, and Fiori. Basically, this is a enhanced Fiori is enhanced in this version. So in sense, from the employee self-services, when I go into the Fiori, I have a separate app for this employee self-services. So when I click on the employee self-services, it will open a purchase requisition, create a purchase requisition, where you can create a purchase requisitions using the catalog. Catalog is nothing but the vendor will provide you the dates, what are all the dates, the delivery dates for the material, and how much quantity he can offer, and what is the price for each and every quantity. All these things will be available from the catalog. If the catalog is not available, you can also create your own catalog, getting the information from the Ariba portal. So this is basically the interface with the Ariba portal. Okay, and the next one is your requisition, requisitioning processes, or this is also called as a requirement processing. So here also we don't find any changes to the data model, because we are also using the same EKBAN, EKBE, or EKKO, the same kind of tables we are using. Simplifications, yes, we have simplifications here, and we also have a Fiori app for this. So I will just open this.
So, Santosh, quick question. Okay.
Yeah.
So the request for quotation, okay, quotations finalization, using the collective number and rejecting the quotes, all that is covered under sourcing.
Source, instance you're
No,
talking about the sourcing and procurement, right? Or not, or
correct.
talking about any
Sourcing
of
and
the
procurement, and then
okay,
you
everything is covered. Everything is
yeah,
covered, but we have a separate app.
okay.
Okay, we will discuss everything. So now I will just go to the home page. Now we are into the requirement processing, where I will be creating the purchase requisition from the scratch. Okay, I'm not going to create purchase requisition using employee self-services. I will create the purchase requisition from scratch. Okay, so I'm into okay, I'm going to the purchase requisition processing. Okay, so we have a in this purchase requisition we have different kinds of apps. Create purchase requisition, automatic create of purchase orders from the requisition. Okay, display purchase requisitions, assign and process requisitions manually, and create purchase orders via purchase requisitions. So this is MA21N. Okay, manage purchase requisitions, display and maintain purchases, schedule purchasing jobs, and manage purchase requisitions. One is a professional and one is a normal. So we will see the difference. So now I can directly go to the create purchase requisitions. So here, when I click on this app, it will not give the interface to the Ariba. So Ariba interface we will get the Ariba interface only from the employee self services, all self service requisition. Okay, so this is the difference from the create purchase requisition from your purchase requisition and processing and employee self services. So the roles will have the backend processing will have a different roles, and even the Fiori app, whatever the app we are creating. So when we are using a launchpad, or when I go for a Fiori app, so I need to say from create purchase requisition whether I want it from the employee self services or whether I want it from the requisitioning processing. So how do you differentiate this? Like in the Fiori app, I have the app called create purchase requisitioning. Okay, say for example, in your case, you happen to create your own purchase requisitioning app to be installed in your Launchpad. So the backend for create purchase requisition, we can see it from the self services. Okay, self service requisitioning, and you can also see it from the requirement processing. Okay, so when I click on this, okay, there is a technical name assigned for in each and every app again. Say for example, if I go to self services, so this technical name will be, say for example, it is a PUR underscore ARB underscore app. So like this it will be. Okay, in this case it will be PUR underscore purchase requisitioning. Let's say for example it is underscore app. Okay, so based on your requirement, you need to tell to your business guy, like I want this app, okay, in the launchpad. So normally by general you will get, by default you will get both apps, but say for example you are only having interface with the purchase requisitions through Ariba and you don't want to create manually. So in such case you can just tell them that I need a purchase requisition app with this technical name. So then they will be able to get the roles responsibilities for this particular app using this. Okay, I will just show this. Okay, so it will come here. Okay, from here they will identify what is the technical name. This is a technical name, so then it contains the roles again. In the same way this also. So if I come here into this app, so if you say to the your versus guys, so I need the app from the requisitioning processing, so then they will be directly finding out what is the technical name for this and what is the roles assigned for this. So normally the roles will be same, common for both of this, but the technical name, based on the technical name, the activation will differ. Okay, so this is how you need to inform your business guys if any app is, you want to any app to be installed in your launchpad. Okay, launchpad is nothing but this is a launchpad. Okay, if I go to the home page, okay, this is my launchpad. If I want to see some app here in this, I need to first go into the Fiori library, and what is the app under which technical path it is and what is the roles assigned to this. You can just tell to the business guy, then they will be able to assign this into your PFCGs. Okay, so now I'm into the purchase requisitioning processing. Okay, I will go to the item. Okay, so here I will enter the material. What is the material? T057, right? So do you remember what is the material we have taken last time?
I think 32320, I guess.
Yeah, I will find out here. T0. TG10. TG10. This is 254 we have created. Okay, I will say with the 2G10, TG10. Yeah, so TG10 is a material I'm just trying to enter. I want to create a purchase requisition for this. I'm creating directly using an app. So, okay, so there are no any mandatory fields. I can just find out if any mandatory field is there. Automatically, it will give you a error message. So currently there are nothing. For inconsistency checks, you can just check for this. Okay, so we don't have any messages. So now I will go and save this. Okay, I'm going and saving this purchase requisition. See, this 1,001,442. Okay, so now I will go to the home page. Okay, I will go to manage purchase requisitions or manage purchase requisition professional. So I will click on this professional. So here I will try to assign the source list in the sense the source of supply. So just see, I will be trying to find out my purchase requisitions. Okay, here you already got the purchase requisition. If not, what you can do is you can search based on the material or based on the document type. There are also other tabs. Okay, you can search based on the material. More filters you can find out. Say for example, you have a number of materials or number of purchase requisitions created per day. So you can search based on different tabs. Okay, you can activate them and you can try. Sir. చెప్పండి శేఖర్. ఉందండి లింక్ మీకు పంపించలేదు కదా, అంటే కళ్యాణ్ పంపించాను, మీరు మర్చిపోయినట్టు. ఒకసారి మీకు పంపిస్తాను నేను. ఒకసారి మీ ఇది చెప్పండి. ఉండాలి, CKAR KH886600 ఏదో ఉంది కదా, పంపించండి చూడండి. Okay, I will take this purchase requisition. Okay, so here normally I will get the purchase requisition general information, what is my document type and items. I can find out the items here. So here what we are now going to do is, this is my purchase requisition and this is my material. So just see here, if I click on the material, okay, normally if I want to go to the item stock or stock information of the material, I have to go to MMBE transactions, but here I can get the information here itself. So this is maybe somebody might be asking, like, why we are going to use the Fiori apps, why can't we use the ME50 1N or 52N. So we can use ME52N, but this kind of information we will not get using the ME52, the GUI. So we need to come here into the Fiori and see all this information. So we will get everything for the material. So what are all the relevant transactions or relevant information we want, like using MMPE, or we can change it, mass maintenance for material, okay, and a deletion indicator, setting a deletion indicator, and last changes, and transfer postings, all these things, okay, your material price change, MR21, all these things you can do it only just by clicking from any kind of a transaction using a Fiori only. Okay, so this is also one of the important feature. So that is what I'm saying, it's a Fiori, using a Fiori apps, all these things are possible. Okay, if I want to go to the stock, I can click on the stock, single material stock. Okay, I'll just open this later. Now I'm into the edit mode. I'll just click on edit. Okay, so here click on this tab, this page. Okay, so you can see the arrow right here. You can see one arrow here. I will click on this. It will take you the details. This is my general information. What is the item and material plant? Okay, what if you need any batch, you can enter the batch of this, and revisions. The vendor, okay, it's a fixed vendor, you can assign. And in case of your account assignment category, you can assign K or F or whatever it is, individual purchase order. Okay, supplier information, material information for this, and the quantity and date. One quantity I'm requesting, and this is a delivery date, and requisitioning date, it's a date on which you have created, and the release date, the date on which you release this. Okay, and planned delivery date, it will come from the material master settings, and GR processing date also will come from the material master settings. Now go to the valuation. So this material price is coming from your material master accounting tab. Okay, so whether goods receipt is expected or invoice receipt is expected. So these are all changes coming based on the your account assignment categories. Okay, so these are all standard, there are no configuration changes in this. Okay, now I will go to the source of supply. So just see your source of supply here, there is one change, assign source of supply. Okay, so here you can see for this particular material, what are all the proposed source of supplies. It's a info record is there, it's a contract, agreement, and fixed suppliers. So now in your ECC, to get into this level, okay, I need to go to multiple tables. So maybe Srini or somebody can tell who is working on MM, so Sridhar. So like I want to know all the materials based for my vendor. Okay, so how do I know that one? I will go to different transactions, right? I'm using, when I'm using ME51N, if I want to know what is my fixed source vendor for this particular material, or what, who are all the vendors supplying this. So what I will be doing, I will go either ME20 or ME2K. Different transactions are there, right? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Like MM50, or I can say material MM60, like this, different transactions are there to get based on the materials. Like for example, I want a list of vendors for the material. I will go to one transaction or one report. Maybe if I want to get based on the info records, so I will go to ME11, or if I want to go to the transaction contracts, I will go to ME2K. So like each and every information I want to get for a particular material, I want to go to different transactions altogether. If I want to process my purchase requisition, I need to at least open from 3 or 4 windows. But here, the proposed source of supplies is, so you can say this is my info record, okay, and in this is my fixed vendor, and I have if any contracts are there, the contracts also we can see for this material, and if any outline agreements, the outline agreements also we can see, and any fixed supply. This also we can see. So this is the true simplifications we are seeing from the purchasing requisition point of view. Okay, if I click on this document info record, okay, so here I'm saying, okay, this is my vendor, fixed vendor who is supplying, and this is the source determination. It's nothing but your info record. So now the value of the material will change based on the info record. So some scenarios, like for example, you have a third party scenario or you have individual purchase order scenario where info record is mandatory because the value of the goods will determine from the info record. If that is not there, you need to manually enter. Okay, using a PP00 or any standard condition type for the price net price. So here the simplification is the assigning a source of supply will give you a list of sources. Either it can be an info record or it can be the contracts or outline agreements or fixed vendor, whatever it is, it will give you a list. From that list you have option to choose. Okay. I'll go back to the purchase requisition. Okay, now I will just save it. Okay, now my purchase requisition is saved. Okay, now I can go to the home page. Okay, so you can go to the display purchase requisitions. It's another app where you can find out the list of purchase requisitions created by your name. It's again another report, but it is coming in the app wise. Say either I can display based on my plant. What is my plant? I will just give the plant like this. So okay, one second. Okay, I will execute. So based on the plant, I will get all the list of purchase requisitions. So you can find out the list of purchase requisitions based on the plant, or I can also give you based on the material. Okay, say for example TG10. You can just filter again. Okay, so what are all your list of purchase requisitions you have created based on the material? Okay, so this is the last one is our one. So I can just click on this. I'll go to the details of this. Okay, go to edit. So here I can see the source of supply, who is the vendor assigned for this, that information also I can see once I click on the source of supply for this. So these are all the purchase requisition, the details. I can get into the purchase requisition details. So now I will go to this manage purchase requisitions. I will show you the difference between these two. Go to the manage purchase requisitions. Okay, so here the I can get directly into the edit mode using this. So there is no major difference, but here it will be edit mode. It will be coming here only. Let's say for example, I will take my purchase requisition 1010. Okay, and what is the material? I will find out other filters. I will put a material as one of the filter, and material is TG10. Okay, so this is my app. This is my purchase requisition. I click on this and go to edit. Okay, so you can edit the information like this. Say whether you want quantity to be entered manually, or you want to change it, or you want the fixed supply, or you want to find out the sources. So you can click on this. So we have this material is proposed or this material has two vendors. So one is this vendor and one is this vendor. You can just choose among them. Okay, so I just shifted the quantity. So the it is more simplified than the professional app. Okay, so this is how you can create. Now using this, I can create a purchase order, or I can create a purchase requisition for quotation, request for quotation, or I can create a purchase order. So let's say I will create a purchase order. Okay, so now I will come to this purchase order. So this is my purchase order, and this is a supplier and he's a vendor, and purchase organization you can see, and purchasing group, and this is a standard purchase order. And if you need anything to be changed, like a stock transfer order or it's a intra-cost stock transfer order, whatever the purchase order you want, you can change this purchase order types here. Okay, so I will click on this and I will submit. This is a preview. It will be created, purchase order will be created. Okay, this is fine. So now what I will do is I will go to the home page again. Okay, so I have created the purchase order using the manage purchase requisitioning. So before that, we will just discuss what are all the changes from the purchase order point of view. Purchase order. So next one is your purchase order processing in the line. So we are seeing this purchase order. We have seen the self-service requisitioning and requirement processing. Now we will go to the purchase order processing. How many ways we have to create a purchase order? Okay, we'll just come here. It's a PO processing, purchase order processing. Okay, so we don't find any data model changes, right? And we have simplifications, as we have a lot of simplifications, and we have a Fiori apps also. So on how many ways we can create a purchase order through purchase requisition? So normally we will create automatic purchase order, right? And we will create purchase requisitions using manually ME21N. I will show you that one. And uh, through the purchase requisitioning, I can directly assign the purchase order. So that is also there. We have a three methods. One is through app manage purchase requisitioning, and one is automatic creation of a purchase order, and using a ME21, which is nothing but manually I will go and assign my purchase requisition. So now just I will show you that. Now I will create a purchase requisition. Okay, I will go to the item. Okay, TG10, its a quantity is 1, and this is my plant. Okay, I will come to the source of supply. Okay, assign source of supply. I will assign this. Okay, I will say yes. Okay, so now purchase requisition 1443 got created. I will save. Okay, now I will go to yeah, create purchase orders via purchase requisition. So here this is nothing but your ME21 and transaction assign purchase requisition. So here in this case, what I will do is I will go to my plant 101010. Okay, and what is my material? Okay, I need to get a material. I'll try with the vendor, the source, and just I will execute. So now I should get all the materials or all the purchase requisitions which I have created using this material and vendor, the plant and vendor combinations. You can see these are all the purchase requisitions. This is one purchase requisition, and this is one, this is one. So we just will find out what is ours. Okay, so this is my purchase requisitions. I click on this. Okay, now what I'm doing is I will go to, will come down here. So here we have an option for multiple purchase orders. We create a purchase order with a multiple purchase requisitions. So I have chosen one. In this case, you can see I have chosen this one which I have created today. Okay, so this is the one which I have chosen. I can go here and process. So this. The submit button is not coming. Okay, here a submit button should come. Okay, now this is a variant has come, but submit has not come. Okay, there are four purchase requisitions for the same combination. Among the four, I want to select only one. I have chosen that, but submit should be there. Here, the submit button should come. So, okay, I think this is.
Item OK is not required, sir. Okay.
No, item okay, it will be there only in the GR, but you will. So here this item descriptions, it's showing us what are all the purchase requisitions we can assign. Okay, for that combination of the vendor and the plant, I got four purchase requisitions. Okay, I have chosen this. but now this is not allowing me to save. Submit should be there. So submit button is missing. And here assignment also it has taken all the 4. Okay, so this is one data. Okay, so this I will see by the purchase button is missing. Okay, so we will go with this. So this we have seen. Now I will see create purchase order via purchase requisition. I will click on this. Why this is only okay. Okay, so I will click on this TG10 and this is my plant. Oh, this was already assigned. Purchase order, it was already assigned. Okay, now I will find out. So today we have created only one, right? Okay, also see this one. Yeah, this is not the new one. It was assigned, but it is not allowing us to save. Create, assign and process purchase requisition. This is I have assigned. Now okay. Go to 1010. Okay, and my suppliers. This is my supplier I have assigned, but it is not getting assigned over there. So submit button is missing somewhere here. It should be submit button should be there, which will process and to the purchase order. Okay. I think this app is not working properly. Okay, so now I will just show you automatic creation of a purchase order. This is with reference to your plant. Okay, this is my plant 1010, and I have the source 103. This is my vendor. Now I will try to find out my requisitions for this. I don't have a contract per requisition item per requisition. We'll just try to execute. No requisitioning is found. Okay, so I will just create one more requisition. TG10. Okay, I'm creating the quantitative one, and this is my plant 1010. Okay, I will go to the source of supply, and I will come out here. If you know fixed vendor, you can directly assign. If you have a info record or if you have a contract, you can find out, or you can just go to the assign source of supply. Okay, system will give you what are all the source of supplies we have. I will click on this. Okay, and I will save it. Okay, now I will go to automatic creation of a purchase. What is the number? You can see here. So 44. Automatic creation of a purchase requisitions. Okay, I will find out my purchase order per requisition or per plant and any other parameters. I want to see a detailed log if something is missing. Okay, all messages. I will just put all messages. Okay, I will try first with this 100144. What is the number here? We have 14.
444.
44.
1444. Okay, just try to execute this. So this is not there because I think the vendor master we need to see if auto purchase requisition creation is set or not in the vendor. Okay, so we have a three options. Okay, so first is we need to set in the material master, in the vendor master, and info record. We need to have a three options. So those three we will go and see if those three indicators are set or not. One is with the info record. I will just go to info record one first. ME's 12 or ME11. Okay, go to this change. Vendor is 103. Yeah, this is a info record we already have. I think we need to give this purchasing also. Purchase organization is 1010 and plant is 1010. Its auto sourcing is active and this is fine. Now I will go to the vendor business partner. Supplier, right? I go to the purchase organization details. So in this, we will be having a auto creation. This is also check. Okay. I'll just try using ME59. Per plant.
And Santosh, any config setting is there for this, like automatic creation of this thing?
Now it's a master data. We have three settings. One is at a vendor master, one is at a info code, and one is at a material. I think material is not required now. So these three settings are. The contracts.
Only 444, sir, not 44s.
It's only 444.
Yeah.
1001
Any document category it is missing, sir?
No, it is not based on the document category. It will automatically come. Only master data settings. All the master data are there.
In material master, we already checked,
Release
right?
strategy. Any release
Yeah.
strategies?
No. I can just go to MM02.
Yeah.
Okay, this check is not
Yeah.
there.
Yes. That should.
ME59. Yes. Okay, now we have created that. I think purchase order also created. Now what I will just show you by creating the new purchase requisition from here through the app. Okay, it is a TG10 order quantity 1 and plant is 1010. Okay, I will go to the source of supply. Okay, I will find out, scroll down. Okay, assign source of supplies. I'm choosing this one source of supply. Okay, I will save. Okay, the number 45 is created. Now I will go to the automatic creation of purchase order. So based on the item purchase requisition, I will come here and I will put file execute. Okay, so this is my purchase order got created. So we are creating in a three ways. The purchase order can be created from the purchase requisition in three ways. One is manage purchase requisition app. Okay, and automatic PO creation, and another one is through manually assigning the purchase requisition to the purchase order. But here all the process what we are doing is common, but additionally we have one more app. manage purchase requisition, where we can create RFQs and the purchase order. Okay, so the way we are executing is only changed, but the process is not changed. Okay, so we have a same configuration and same master data setup. I think you know about the assigns the source of supply. Previously also we have a different source of supplies, but the source of supply for that particular material and vendor combination, what are all the proposed source of supplies, that is an additional simplification we got from the using a Fiori. We will not see this when you are using a ME51N or ME52N. Okay, even when you're creating with ME21N also you cannot create. So this is a one additional advantage we have using a Fiori apps. Okay, is it clear for you now? So now what we can do is and what are all the other two things? Yeah, purchase order collaboration and procurement analysis. So I will just show you the procurement analysis. Anyhow, this for each and every topic I will show you. So we have a procurement page, procurement overview page. Okay, this is my analytics. Yeah, so this is my procurement overview page. I'll go to yes. So in this procurement overview page, so by standard there are some 28 KPIs what SAP has given. So you can see the contract monitoring, you can see the supplier trend analysis, purchase requisitions which are unsourced. So you can see everything here. Say for example, I will create one purchase requisition using this. This is my material. I will just put TG10 and I put quantity 1. I will put 1010. Okay, I will just save it. I will not assign any sources. Okay, I have saved 46. Now I will go to the procurement overview page. Okay, so if I go here into this purchase requisitions which are unsourced, so that means I should get my purchase requisition. So you can find out what are all the purchase requisitions. These are all purchase requisitions which are not having any source of supply. Okay, so you will be also seeing 1446. Yeah, this is mine, which we created now. Okay, so this information, if I want to get in ECC, I need to wait for 1 day, and also there is some technology like OLAP and OLTP, or I need to send this information to the BW using InfoCubes. But here using a Fiori apps, it's immediately you'll get it. It's within a matter of seconds. Okay, I can go to the purchase orders, overdue purchase order items. So these are all nothing but which are not GR is not processed. The purchase orders for which GR is not processed. Okay, and purchasing spent by the supplier. So that means how much amount have given or how much invoice have created for each and every supplier. That information we can get it. Yeah, supplier performance monitoring. So you can get for the last 1 year. I can get. I want to know what is my supplier information performance. So whether they are properly delivering the materials or if there is any delay in the materials, all these things you can find out. I can just go inside this, and here we will get the extract in the different formats. Not only the table format, I can go it in the DAG pictorial format. So this representation even in BW also we cannot find out. So for this, what we clients are doing is they are going to Cognos or Python, some other tools to get into the pictorial representation. Okay, so nothing but in a bar diagrams or flow charts. Say for example, I will get it from by plant. Okay, so we have different plants. So using this plant, by plant is nothing but my plant. Okay, this is my plant, which is work one Germany. It's nothing but 1010. So you can see the yellow color, the blue color, light blue color. It's operational source, and this is a price valuation analysis and time variance and quantity variance score. So for this plant, the operational source operational score is so 79.17. Okay, your price variances, so we have a 40% price variance and 97.1 is time variance. So that means, so there is a difference in the time, maybe the GR time what we proposed and the what we have to the plant. So this is a difference, and we have a quantity score, so 100%, there is no variance. So like this I can just also go to trend by supplier. It's not only 365 days, even I can get it for different dates. Okay, this is my supplier. So last supplier for last 365 days, by quantity, by price, by time, and by evaluation I can get it. Okay, and I can go to the Excel sheet also. I can load it in the table format, not only the pictorial representation, I can go it in here. Okay, and this is a smart business run. Okay, however, whatever we are getting this is also inbuilt technology within your SAP Fiori. The fact sheets. Okay, this is my Excel sheet which I downloaded. This is the evaluation, supplier evaluation, what we are doing. I think this is based on the his performance, the evaluation score has come. This is also one topic what we will discuss in the supplier information and master data. Okay, so based on that evaluation score, we got this as SumTV 7.9 out of 10. This is a supplier. Okay, this is a supplier name. And also this is a tabular format. Okay, the same tabular format has come inside, come to the Excel sheet downloaded, and this is what.
So this can be, you know, for several vendors. We can choose the
Yeah,
several vendors.
So you can get it by vendor, by supplier. Okay, this you're saying for particular purchasing organization. If I take, I will get it for different vendors.
Yeah.
Okay, these are all standard KPIs. Okay, what we are discussing
Okay.
here only just the standard KPIs, and apart from this standard KPIs, you can also go and customize the apps. So say for example, I want a combination of purchase orders, purchase requisitions, and GRs. So all these things. Now we have a purchase order page with all the purchase documents. Okay, but I want a combination, like I want to see what are all the purchase orders which are due or due instance which have not done the GR. Okay, and I want this with specific to the vendor or information with reference to my vendors. So that information also you can get it, but to that level, to get into that level, you need to create your own app. So these are all standard KPIs what we have currently, which are provided in the SAP standard performance overview page. It's a procurement overview page. But other than this, if I want to create anything, you can just tell your Fiori guide to have this app to be created, so that he can create an app. It's a that app will be assigned back to your Launchpad. So once that new app has come, you can come to this. Okay, this is the overview page, right? Procurement overview page, and you can tell that guy, I want a new app based on my purchase orders. I want to see all my open overdue purchase orders. Okay, and with reference to the GR. Okay, overdue in the sense it has not completed the GR, and also I want to know who is the vendor for this or what is the material for this. So that combination also you can tell. So that guy will create, or your Fiori guy will be able to create that app, and he will be able to put it into this Launchpad. So this is my Launchpad, and automatically you can see. Okay, and it is not required for us to depend on the BW. But anyhow, we have a default 28 apps are there, all the analytic apps. Okay, so I will come here. Service purchasing. This is just maybe I will try to create one service material and we will see. And procurement analysis we have seen. So service material, I will try to create one service material and we will go with service purchasing. So or else otherwise we have completed the procurement overview. Procurement, this operational procurement. So now we will go with from the operational procurement, we have to go to the inventory where we will be creating a GR, we will be creating if any warehouse is there, transfer postings, or the picking, packing, all these things will come under the inventory management. Okay, so here currently we have an interface to the WM, it's a warehouse management, but as per the roadmap, so WM will not be there in the standard S4HANA system. So once the target S4HANA system has come into the market or come into the implementation, which is maybe they are expecting in 2019, with all the features, then WM will not be there. So you need to depend on the EWM. So this inventory management, currently we have a WM or EWM interface, but in this system till 1709 we are using a WM. Okay, so tomorrow I will just start with the inventory. We will see what are all we can discuss on the inventory management. And employee self services, there is one small configuration I need to show you. I will show you that one also tomorrow. But otherwise for SD guys, it's okay for you, right? The understanding. So these are all only just a process. We till now what we have seen is only just a process, but the execution part is different. So previously we are using ME21N and ME59, ME53, but now we are not using those transactions. We are normally using the Fiori apps. So that is only a change. Other than that, you no need to worry anything. It's not much confusion, right? So assignment of a source list. So those are all some few simplifications what we are seeing because of the Fioris. But already the consultants who are into MM, though they can easily identify what is the simplification here. Correct, Srini? So
Yeah,
you
it's
see?
a quite user friendly, right? For end users.
Correct. So the main objective behind developing the Fiori is, so as I said, the Manhattan, and there are some other tools which are very user friendly to WM. So when they go with the WM tool for in Manhattan, it is just a drag and drop, not even drag and drop. It will open one cockpit. In that cockpit, the radio buttons will be there. So for example, I want to create a transfer order, or I want to create a transfer requirements. So the draw your check button will be there, or it's a radio button. So if I click on that one, automatically it will open. But in case of SAP, your ECCWM, we have to remember a lot of transaction, LT03, LT21, LT24. So many transactions we need to remember to create to move from one transaction to another transaction. So the idea behind is to make the user-friendly screens. And also it is compatible on the on your mobile. So So you may get a doubt like this whole screen, how I can see in the mobile. See, for example, I will go to purchase requisition. Okay. So in this, the Fury app, so this whole screen, I don't want to see it in the mobile because I'm not filling all these apps, or I don't
You're
want
not
to.
sharing, Santosh. You're not sharing.
Oh, sharing is lost. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ME21N, or I'm creating a purchase requisition. So in this, the user may be saying, I want this to happen in my mobile or my iPad. So how I can use this? So because all the screens or the entire screen, I don't want to open in my mobile. I want only a few fields. So he has a screen persona. So the screen persona is one of the technology, or maybe it's inbuilt in your screen persona. Okay, so this is inbuilt in your Fury apps. So where you can hide some fields, you can add some fields, you can maybe set display. It's not like creating a mandatory or displaying hiding. Not like that. Screen persona is like, for example, I'm not using this short text. Okay, so I can hide this field completely from only my app and my mobile. Okay, when I log in with my user ID, I cannot see this short messages, short text. So you can personalize your screen to make it compatible in any kind of a device. See, for example, if I'm using a mobile, I cannot find out, like for example, I want to enter some field here, the info record I want to enter here. So it will be very difficult for the customer, for the end user to go to search for the info record field. So in this, what he will do is, he can find out the material, he will enter the material, and all these screens which are not required, maybe I will put a quantity, and these are all delivery date, these are all not required for him. In backend, it will automatically populate, but to display it is not required. So you can go to the screen persona here in this Fury. So that is a Fury screen persona. In that, he can just find out using a transaction or what app it is and what fields he don't want, or what fields he doesn't want, so that he can hide it. So tomorrow, if say he want to revoke back, so he can do the screen persona, go to the same screen persona, and he can unhide. So that is also possible based on the app or based on the device you are using. Okay, so operational procurement is done. So we just practice this, and we will start with inventory.
And there is no change in, I was asking right prior, quotation, streamlining the codes.
Quotation, we have sourcing. In that sourcing, I will tell you what are the changes. Some fields are changed, they removed, and some fields they added from the material master onwards. So I will tell you from the sourcing and contract management, so that I will show you what changes we see in the RFQs.
Okay.
Okay, not much. Configuration is not change anyhow, but there are some fields like lot size, RFQ. There are some quota agreements, some fields from the material master they removed. So those are all not required anymore. And employee self-services, there is one configuration that I need to show you. I will show you that tomorrow. Okay, to enable the interface to the Ariba system. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Srini. Thank you all. So we'll meet same time tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you. You all have a good day. Good night. Bye-bye.